welcome, with a scream, and maybe even a stand, Ajabo! Oh my God, it's getting even better. The pressure is getting exporting your content globally and the art of collaboration. We are not playing. We're not playing. She's a filmmaker, a YouTuber, and co-founder of any production. I'm her fan. She gained recognition 2 years ago for her unique storytelling style. Her YouTube channel has featured artists like Rema, Asha, Don Jazzy, Tims, Victor Sime, Ira Star. In 2022, she was selected for the YouTube Black Voices Fund. In 2023, she made her directorial debut on the Victoria's Secret documentary, and this year she was featured on Rolling Stone's Creator Special. With a YouTube channel that has grown to over 300,000 subscribers in just a short time and 20 million views. Please welcome the one and only Corti She's such an awkward one. She's just like I was going to tell her to dance just like Ajabo came out, was giving us, but I was like, if we say this one to dance, we'll wait till tomorrow. Alright, guys, are you ready? Yes. Oh my God, I'll tell them to go back. Are you ready? Yes! Through different, look at the kaleidoscope of experience. Real estate, animation, directing, storytelling, interviews, like where you one day where they no go no. Well, to anchor this panel session and moderate, please welcome back to the stage, me Baka. Put your hands together.
How are we all doing? Good?
Yeah, we good.
Good?
Yeah.
What an amazing panel we have here today. Ajabo, Stephen, Corti. Very different creators, but all very successful in their own right. And I think whenever we do these panels, we try to account for that diversity so we can give people different points of reference to say that actually there's so many different types of content out there on YouTube, and there's so many different ways to see. But like Adam mentioned at the beginning of today's session, everyone has an origin story, right? Everyone started from somewhere. They didn't just wake up and have 2 million subscribers. But he didn't just wake up and partner with Victoria's Secret. Stephen didn't just wake up and travel to how to do like countries all around the world. So I always like to start from there. I like to understand, how did you actually start? What was your origin story actually? So Stephen, let's maybe start with you. How did you actually get started?
Hello, hi everyone. It's always very awkward being see a lot of people, but I just speaking to my camera. Okay, so how it all started for me. So I used to have a 9 to 5 job, and then what I required only like 2 hours to get the day's job done. And when I'm done with that, and then I start watching a lot of videos. And then when I started studying this videos, and I realized like there's a whole business model around like these guys showing up every day to make these videos, and then I went to start researching, right? And for the people I was watching at that time, they were using
there are videos, there are free videos on YouTube to generate traffic for your business, right? So, because I used to be like a social media manager for people, so I then started using YouTube to teach people how to create Facebook pages, how to create an Instagram. I mean, this was like 2018, right? A lot of people then did not use Instagram for business or Facebook for business. So I started making these videos to teach people, and then I started having businesses reach out to me because of my YouTube videos. They'll reach out to me to say, we see what you're doing, we'd like you to come manage our Facebook page or create an Instagram account for us. So that was sort of like the genesis of how I started. And of course, over the years, my niche has grown. I have tested a lot of things, and I'm just going to give you one of the things that I do now is travel. And how it started for me was I took a trip with some of my friends to a place called La Campana, and most of you know that place. But La Campana, when we went there, it was not so popular, right? So I used my GoPro, I just did like a very short travel video, and just me and my friends having fun. And when I went back home, I posted the video. I got, reasonable feedback. People were like, oh, what was this, what was this? But I was excited, like people did acknowledge what I did, and I was like, okay, so now I'm going to go somewhere else, and that's how we kept testing, and then the real estate part just came because I love properties, right? So when me stepping into this multi-million-dollar hotel, I was like, yo, so you need to tell me a millionaire is going to buy this house. So I stepped into it, I touched the kitchen cabinet, I went into the living room. It was like me living my childhood dream, right? So I was like, you know what, I'm going to teach it, I'm going to show people these things that I'm so excited about. So that was pretty much the genesis of how everything started.
Very interesting. I mean, like what you're saying now, it sounds like, I mean, you have the skill set, so you started in one way as a social media manager, you were building up your skills, and then after that, it sounds like passion carried you through, right? Like you enjoy traveling, you enjoy real estate, and it's now reflected in your content. And the more about you tell us, like, how do you go from, I mean, 2 million subscribers on one channel is crazy. So you also actually have more than 3 channels at home. So tell us, how did you get to this?
Okay, hello everyone. It's me, Table, champion of worry. So Table is my story. I used to be a very stubborn kid. I was prayer point. Like literally, I dropped the episode of Mom will call me and it was my story. I mean, I was in the channel. So I wanted to create skits differently. You know, and I said I'll tell jokes with animation. Just like so that's how we started. And then I met an animator and I make kids and you come back to animation. And then we partnered and that's how I started. Yeah, collaborations, that's how I started. So we made the first set of skits. If you're familiar with the first set, Oki Kuti, Bread, Bread Sound! Bread Sound! What 10 naira for me? It's your friend from London, You remember the first time we just posted it on, and then after a year, people started sending the skit back to me. This is so funny. I'm like, it's me now. Like, hello, it's me. I said, come on here, Joe. I said, don't you hear? It's the house of Ajebo. You are calling me Ajebo, but you can't link it. Oh! And then that was like 1 year down the line. It was already, people had posted videos everywhere, you know, except my own page. I didn't have a page. So it was time to have my YouTube page. And that's how I set up my YouTube page. Posted the video. And then you cannot post anyone and stuff now. And then started making more. A few years, when COVID hit, you know, we just close eye and open my eye again. It was 120K pre-COVID. After COVID, like 1 year down and like 1 million subscribers, you know, people had started to follow the story and, you know, and then we realized that the way the views were coming in were like 15 million views in 1 10. This cannot be adults because the children that will keep watching and like you know what, let's do something exclusively for children, and then we set up Jenny and Kenny. Jenny, if you don't know Jenny and Kenny, check it out, it's Jeni and Kenny. What we've done with Jenny and Kenny is Coco Melon is everywhere, you know, so we did our own version, right? Where we have taken all the nursery rhymes, we've made it African, some of the nursery rhymes are in our piano, some in Fuji, some Afrobeat basically, and then it's proudly Nigerian, the kids, it represents the African culture, you have the kids wearing Ankara, but then it's still very touche, you know. So we're taking it to kids aged 1 to 6, and basically we just evolve. Here we are right now.
I have my team.
So I find like hearing the story feels very interesting. This man is a businessman. Well done. How did Cotton become Cotton? So my own, I guess, is kind of different from both of these incredible women here. I was just frustrated from my job, and I wanted to explore everything I learned from. So to start with, I graduated school with a third class, and obviously I wasn't going to continue my life trying to make my third class work for me. So I had to find a way to work for myself. And so I stumbled on video production, video editing, and I was doing that at my job for a period of time. And on the side, I started to drop. In fact, I had a whole new YouTube channel, a different YouTube channel. I was dropping videos on YouTube channel, and nobody was watching, so I deleted it. It doesn't exist. So it was called Cutty Cuts, right? Cutty and edit basically. So I deleted it, nobody saw it. And then I went to learn, I went to start watching videos of like people that have kind of blown on YouTube, Mr. Beast, to see how they started, how they did it. And I decided to, okay, let's leave this job for a while. If I try YouTube for 1 year and it doesn't work, then I'll go back to my job. So I left on very good terms, so that I could maybe go back. But you know, in 1 year, I didn't really need to go back, and I hope I will not need to go back at everything. So yeah.
And so I guess, Stephen, let's maybe go back to you, right? I mean, the topic, the focus of this conversation is going global, right, and the art of collaboration. So let's start with going global. So anyone that follows your content knows that you've traveled all around the world, you're telling stories about businesses, individuals in really different circumstances, and you've traveled to a number of different countries. So what actually first inspired you to take your content from focusing on a more local audience to a more global audience?
So, sorry, I knew I was thinking too fast, I'm going to slow down because I want to be very fast. So, what happened was I got interested in stories, like international stories, right? Because then I started following people like Johnny Harris. I don't know how many people watch Johnny Harris here, but he makes like documentary style videos about like things happening in so many countries, right? So I wanted to start with the continent of Africa, right? Because as a Nigerian person, as a Nigerian YouTuber, I think that's the next market. I was like, okay, I'm going to go to West Africa first, and then I went to Southern Africa, and now we're just covering stories all around Africa. So I was like, what is happening in Morocco, or what is happening in Egypt, or what is happening in Cape Verde, or what is happening in South Africa that would interest my viewers and of course make them interested. So those kind of questions got me excited, and then I was like, okay, these stories might not necessarily entice my current viewers, but then what it did for me was it gave me more international following, right? So I have like, I think Nigeria only makes like 35, maybe 40% of my total following. I have like audiences spread out, especially Southern Africa, and I have like a very strong base in Europe and America as well. So this is I mean, it comes off me just once. I'm just a very curious person. As we are sitting here, I'm just saying what is happening in Zimbabwe, right? Or Cristiano Ronaldo and he's on it on YouTube, and that's what I was watching fight more here. And I was like, okay, what are you guys doing in Saudi Arabia? You know? So just that, I just love things happening outside, and I feel like that's what people will follow me for because I just have my eyes everywhere. And really, the goal for my channel is to be like to attack. I don't know how many people watch attack here, but it's a documentary filmmaker, and all he does is just look for amazing stories anywhere in the world, goes on there, films it. Funny enough, he's an Arabic creator, but obviously I think we're going to talk about this later on. With the YouTube dubbing and all, he's able to make these videos for English speakers watch and learn. So if you're going to ask me, that was really what made me move into this territory and start looking into just that much for international information, pretty much.
It sounds like it's just, don't get around the it sounds like it's just like following your curiosity, right? Following your passion again, right? And I think what's interesting, actually, Koti, let's maybe take it to you, right? Because there's always this question of when you start, as you start to expand beyond your local audience. I know you made in recent times, you made videos about you in the UK, you interviewed artists who maybe are Nigerian descent or maybe they have like international music. So the question is, as you evolve and you grow as a creator, how do you maintain a certain level of authenticity while still appealing to a more diverse and global audience?
It's a difficult question, but I'll try to answer. I think that obviously authenticity and originality are synonymous, and one thing people don't really speak on is that as you grow, you have to change, and what you change into then becomes your authentic self. So who you were when you were 18 years old could have been authentic to a certain audience and to a certain people, but who you are now at 25 may no longer appeal to that audience, but that's fine. You don't have to now hold on to your 18-year-old self because that appeals to a certain type of people. When you are now this age or this person, that becomes the things you learn, the experiences you face, those are the things that kind of shape you, and as you grow, you just have to show who you actually are. Unfortunately, people might think, oh, this is not who I know, I'm moving on, and that's fine. So I think if you continue to do that, the audience at the time will find you, the right audience at the time will find you, but you can't try to stop on being authentic because you started off as a looking nice and all of that. As you grow, new people, new audiences, and people that are supposed to stay, people that are supposed to connect with you will connect with you as long as you are true to the fact that you are changing and you are moving and you're changing.
That's really interesting. That's a really good point, right? That's actually is that duality of how do you remain authentic and original to yourself, while also understanding, I mean, we spoke a little bit before about the algorithm and the importance of getting that feedback from your audience and taking that into consideration, but it's like, you don't want to over-index on that, right? You don't want to take your audience's feedback as possible and then lose that authentic voice, that what actually makes your content unique. And I think it actually, it comes back to storytelling, right? Like sometimes you can tell a very local story that has universal storytelling potential that can resonate with the global audience. So I think what you're saying is important. It's just being true to yourself first and letting that reflect in the content that you're making. So let's talk strategy, right? Like as a goal, like I know you're really intentional about taking on different strategies and things that will allow your content to resonate with the global audience. So if you kind of share with us some of those strategies that you've actually used to help your content have more of a global appeal.
Okay, so first of all, if you notice most of the stories, sometimes you just see Tigola and Diga, and then later you see his mom Timbalo's mom, and then we have, one of the strategies I've used that worked a lot for me was not making it just about Timbalo alone. If you watch the series, you realize that it resonates with you, right? It resonates with the next generation because everybody had that childhood experience, right? Most of the stubborn things that Timbalo does, maybe when I was 9, I think those days, people of the next generation, when you're basically around that age bracket, you get to experience it. So everybody across generations and across the continents can resonate with mother-son dynamics, right? So I took advantage of that a lot, And then if the whole African mom thing about the slipper, it has turned itself, right? It's not only Nigeria. It's not only Nigeria, a lot of people can resonate with that mom thing after a while, the correction of the mom. So we also did that. Another strategy that we've adopted to make it, appeal to global audiences is we made sure, because at some point it's like getting comments like, we love it looks really, people are laughing, it's funny, can you please translate? We took subtitles very serious. We took the subtitling very serious. So even if you don't understand Pidgin, right? You can read English, right? So yeah, we took subtitling very serious. Another thing is we try to incorporate, other countries in the communication. There was a time that Timbalo did a Jamaican song, for instance. He did a reggae song. There was a time that we had a series where Ogalalo's daughter came back from the UK. I just got back, and she was speaking on the British accent, and Timbalo was giving her the worries and that. So if you're pretty cool, I just got back, you can understand that dynamics, right? So we try to bring in some of these other cultures in, and then try to use stories that resonate across board. These are some of the strategies that we try to make sure that it's always across the storyline because everybody can relate with it. Yeah, so we go to keep it global.
Can I add that? Okay, so I'm just going to give you an example of how we're able to do it. So for us, I would say we spend a lot of time crafting out the story, right? And I feel everybody watching videos, they are looking for stories to watch, right? We're not just YouTubers, we're filmmakers telling stories, right? So the right way to start with your video, as a matter of fact, like Mr. Beast was saying in one of his interviews, he starts his video production with a title. You start with your title and then walk backwards like that. So regarding how you can make your content, like I knew had both a local and international audience, but I didn't know how far the international audience would actually do understand. So we went out, we did the filming, a lot of people would come and say, we live in America, and we just spent $1 million to build this mansion. It was very funny, and I mean, you guys go check it out. This Apollo, which means if you're a wealthy Igbo man, you must build, for people to know your wealth exists, you must build the village first, right? So when we made the story, we had a lot of people, Kenya in South Africa, were like, oh, there's a tribe in our side as well. They almost start the same thing. In Cameroon, yeah, there's another tribe in Kenya, in South Africa. There's the people in Limpopo, they do this. So that was how the story started spreading. And then we had all of these European people coming as well. But I don't know, people from Europe, they come in and be like, oh, this is interesting, like, they don't understand how all of it, because in December, Igbo men would rather want to go back home to spend, as a matter of fact, we're doing a part 2 for that video, so a lot of people requested, they were like, Steven, you did not complete that story. So now we're going with the likes of Chief Priest, we're going to shoot like a proper part 2, where we're going to explain why the people love to leave the city to go to the village. So this story is what you can use as an idea whenever you're crafting out something that is local. Every local person even beyond the Igbo-speaking people, they understood it, but it also appealed to the international audience. And another way we do this as well is, like you mentioned, subtitles. Like, for example, 2 months ago I got back from Egypt, and Egypt, their first language is Arabic, second language is French. So we knew there is no way an English-speaking channel like mine would come and do videos like we have to watch. So we started dubbing our videos. So if you click on that video, if you're in a French-speaking country, you're going to hear French. If you're in an Arabic-speaking country, you're going to hear Arabic. So those are like some of the ways you can use to, as a Nigerian person living here in Nigeria, make your content appeal to the global audience. And that's the only way you can really, really see exponential growth as a creator.
So let's maybe take things in a different direction. So obviously we spoke a little bit about going global, but we also wanted to speak a little bit about the art of collaboration. As a creator, there's so many different types of people that you can collaborate. You have a team, you're working with people to help put your content together. You have potential brand collaborations. There's potential other creators that you can work with. In Coty's case, sometimes we work with artists as well. So Coty, I'm actually, let's maybe start with you. I'm curious to hear from your point of view what role as collaboration you actually play within your growth as a creator, and how do you actually go about choosing people, the right collaborators that align with your values and your vision?
I think collaboration for me, obviously, for people that know my YouTube, is kind of the bedrock of how I've kind of grown from one stage to another. However, it was a very, very intentional thing. So I grew up being very, very shy. Had so much inner boldness. I was very confident in myself, but I couldn't show that confidence outwardly. And so I made it my mission to reach out to people. So for example, the video I made about trying to find whiskey was me just trying to challenge myself. It was really less about having whiskey and more about me just stepping out of the comfort zone and trying something, or trying to work with someone that obviously is here. But I will say this though, I think I was very particular about collaborating with people that I looked up to, and I didn't really focus on collaborating across board, which means collaborate with the people who are in your same field, who are also growing as you're growing. You don't always have to man target those people will find you. The more you collaborate, you guys can grow together. It's like collaborate across as opposed to, trying to aim for it up immediately. You have to kind of take steps. But collaboration is extremely important. Even two people that have a YouTube channel, both of you might have 100 subscribers each, but you might get 20 subscribers from both your channels. That's collaboration. It doesn't have to be so expansive, and that way you kind of grow your community to the point where you reach the point where you're the biggest YouTuber in the world. And you can
That makes a lot of sense. I guess there's also value in collaborating and you actually be able to to other people's process and how they do things. And so it's not, you're not just collaborating on the final outcome, you can actually use that as a learning experience. And if you can cross-pollinate your audiences in the process, then even better. But again, since we're talking about going global and internationalization and cultural differences, I'm actually interested from your point of view. When you embark on these collaborations, are there any sort of cultural differences or creative differences that you encountered in those collaborations, and how have you actually navigated those challenges?
Okay, so first of all, we embody the African culture, and not just on the surface level where you speak English. We actually speak Pidgin. And AI really can speak Pidgin. So, like, we're trying to do some collaboration, especially you mentioned to Don Tipolo collaborate with a dubbing company in London to translate Table into 20 different languages, 20 different pages across the world, And the conversation was going very well until we got to the point where I said, wait, does your AI tool translate pidgin? Sorry, what do you mean by application? Oh, I broke in English, so we now had to re-strategize. Now we're trying to broker that deal with a Nigerian dubbing company that will be able to do that, right? So it's also sometimes when we collaborate, when I collaborate, I want to still retain the authentic Nigerianness of the content. I don't know if you understand. Like when you were saying something about the Igbo thingy, it just brought something back to me. When you are creating your content, you do not have to lose your identity or what makes you authentic. The world is interested in Africa. Know that and know peace. We've been watching Indian movies from childhood, so of us now understand their language. But how did you understand it? By reading the subtitles, right? So just make sure that you're creating solid content, high quality content, and you're subtitling it. The world will come to you. The world will come to you. Right. Thank you.
I guess this question is maybe let's start with Stephen. So oftentimes when we think about collaboration, I think what we touched on it earlier, right? It can be quite daunting, when you want to collaborate with someone, whether it's a brand or another creator, to reach out to them, to make that step. Right, so what advice would you have for aspiring people that they want to collaborate with someone but they don't know how to take that first step?
Okay. So collaboration is a good idea. You can almost not go wrong with it. But then you can go wrong with it if you just started making videos and right off the bat, you want to start collaborating with people, especially way bigger than you are, right? If you send me an email and I look through your channel and I see like you don't have any strong body of work and you want to bring me on, I'm not sure, except I know you personally or somebody introduced me to you. That's my second point. The first point would be make sure you build yourself a portfolio. By portfolio, I mean start putting out those videos. The funny thing with YouTube is people don't know. You can do part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, right? I can make a reference to so many creators right now that I got that idea from. So the fact you can do a part 1 and then the part 2 could be with somebody else to collaborate, right? So first of all, build yourself a portfolio, and then I would suggest to you to reach out to this person directly, especially this person that's way bigger than you. For example, there's a documentary I did that haven't published yet about the skin making industry. So when I was going to do that documentary, I needed to sign about all the biggest skin makers that we all know. My network is not that big enough to reach all of these people. So I said, I'll just go to the people that are following. I'll look at how many mutual followers we had, and then I'll reach out to that person and be like, please, can you help me talk to this person? And then even my partner manager as well, my back, I was like, can you introduce her? And then he introduced me to Rashaki, and we did the videos. So you can always find mutual, somebody that you feel knows this person I can introduce. But I feel the first point, which is building your portfolio, is very, very important. You need to have a body of work. And sometimes you might be lucky to people reach out to you, but building your portfolio is pretty much interesting. And then don't reach out to people directly. If you know somebody there, you can shoot your shot, right? But the chances of somebody with 1 million followers seeing your DM is very low, right? Because even the documentary that I have done, that I interviewed some of these very wealthy people, I was introduced to them. And I don't know, that's circle. When somebody says, please listen to this person. Like when I was going to do a video of Elon, I had to reach out to somebody in America to connect with him, and he was just like, send him the message now, and I sent him the message now, and then at that time he responded. So build your portfolio and look for somebody who is for you in the situation as much as you
I think everything Steven said is pretty accurate. The last thing you mentioned was shoot your shots, but that's the first thing I would do. Because I don't really process things, I just up and do. A lot of things I do are actually crazy. Collaborative events are stupid, but they work out. So I think if you're a camera I can get up and go. If you're like, I want this person, I want to see him in my video. He's here right now, come to see him, come to him. Tell him, I need you in my video, give me out, pitch to him immediately. Like, the opportunity sometimes creates itself and don't miss it. I'm not somebody that knows how to misuse opportunities. So even if it doesn't go as planned, I will remove even 0.5 from it and make it work. So I think, yeah, shoot your shot, but and take the other things he said as
I think what you said there becomes was you shoot your shot, you said pitch yourself, right? And I think within that there's an element of understand what value you are bringing to the table, right? In any collaboration, any work of life, right? If you're asking for something, you want to present yourself, like what is your unique value proposition? What can that person also benefit from what he will do? So I think when we start with that, it's a good way to increase chances of that person actually being willing to collaborate as well. And we'll come back to you, but I want to stay on Stephen for a second. Let's talk about monetization, right? Monetization is important, right? When we go to the episode, we always have to say, the three things that you're really looking to do. You're trying to get people to watch your Facebook, you're trying to build and community, so you're trying to get a lot of engagement. And then the third is revenue, right? You want to make money, you want to monetize creativity. And so, in the context of internationalization, going global, seeing our marketing experience, how does actually reaching a global audience impacted your reaching revenue and brand partnerships?
Okay, so first of all, a lot of countries in Africa don't have very good RPM. Everyone here is a YouTuber, right? Okay, so you all understand what RPM is. So Nigeria, lucky enough, has a decent RPM, but trust me, if you guys go to Kenya right now and do a video with 1 million views, you're going to cry. Right? So I mean that was also one of the reasons why we're like, okay, let's also source for stories outside Nigeria. And one of the contributing factors why Nigeria is looking like 40 or 35% of my audience, because when you think about how much the advertisers will pay you, it's not even a lot. And the videos you make are very capital intensive. You will spend as much as 7,000 to 10,000 to fund a trip. So if you go do these videos and the videos don't perform, which is a lot for you guys.
Dollars.
Yeah, $15. So start targeting stories that appeal to international audience. And I mean, it's left for you to go and do your homework and find stories that a lot of people in America will watch. So when you have, so right now my channel is pretty much America, the UK, and then Nigeria. But if I'm in South Africa, it will be America, UK, South Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, last. Right? So you have to go look out for these places. Any European country, I don't know, there's a whole explanation. I think you can go and watch it, because I was trying to ask somebody. They were like, yeah, it's because of what companies they are willing to pay. Right? There's a whole explanation. You can go research for yourself. YouTube has nothing that YouTube don't really control. It just depends. It's like supply and demand, right? So for you that want to make money via AdSense, go and find somewhere European or America or anywhere that can watch your videos. But I think some of the most successful YouTubers, and I think it's a very good story you will learn, is these people don't depend on their AdSense, right? So as a creator, when you move to the next level, you now need to start looking about products, right? You're out here doing fashion, you're out here doing beauty. There is something extra that you can offer to your audience that they are willing to pay you $1, $2, $5 extra to the already existing content that you're making. And for us, the way we started was we're like, okay, so I just finished touring the media for the 7 or 1 week itinerary, and I know people want to get my itinerary. I mean, I made a video about it, but I'm not going to tell you the nitty-gritty. I'm going to tell you the tiny details, right? So if you want to get those tiny details, pay me $9, $9.99. I'm going to give you a PDF that you can use, and that PDF will show you, because most people don't know, like, you can travel without using an agency. A lot of Nigerians, I don't know if it's probably because we're just things like that, we don't like to dash people money, but you can travel by yourself, you can do your whole itinerary by yourself, book your flight by yourself. So my travel guide will show you how to do that, and then, you know, when we travel to these places and meet hosts, I meet a lot of people, so I also have their numbers, just in case when you get to that country, you need somebody who is going to direct you or show you how to book something. You know, you have all of that information in my travel guide, and then I charge $9.99 for it. So let me ask you guys a question. If you're watching my video, I did a tour in South Africa, and I'm telling you, pay me an extra $9, and I'm going to give you direct contact from the Airbnb owners or a host company that will host you all through and then show you in details how I went from this place to this place to this place. Would you guys pay me $9 for that? Okay, so now you have to go back and then do your homework, right? Whatever niche you are, trust me, there is something you can give to people, right? There's something you can give to people that they're going to pay for it. So AdSense is good, but don't depend on it, because when you depend on it, you're going to get very sad. Sometimes you might even make a video and YouTube will put ad restrictions on it. Like for example, when I went to Rwanda, I did a very excellent travel video that got like 2.5 million views. But guess what? Because I went to the genocide memorial site and I showed some of the incidents that happened in 1995 genocide, my videos was demonetized, right? But lucky for me, the only thing I spent on that trip was on my flight. When I got into the country, the guy that was there with me was able to take me to people that were like, these guys are YouTuber, please give him 50% off to stay in your accommodation. He's going to review it. Went to the car people, give this guy 50%, you know. So that was how, so I didn't spend so much, but then I sold travel guide. So in as much as my videos was, it was not demonetized, it had ad restrictions. And with ad restrictions, your earning is very limited. So I was able to make money, and I did my travel Rwanda video. The what's it called? The PDF should have made me, I haven't checked, should have made me converting to Naira anywhere around 10 million. Just selling like those $9.99 products, right? Yeah. So don't depend so much on AdSense. I mean, YouTube brought out a feature that we're now trying to work on as well. It's called the membership, right? Where you can offer people tiers of things, right? So please look into that. That's also something you can do. Trust me, whether it be Q&A, whether it be live, whatever you can give to people, just give it to them. The big YouTubers are doing it. Just go to their channel, look at what they're doing, and copy straight. Hope that was helpful.
There's a lot in what you said there. There's one that you said about actually creative ways that you kind of make your videos work and get them funded. So the deals that you make with maybe the Rwanda, I don't know if it was the Rwanda government that you mentioned, or the tourism board or whatever, and incorporating that into to say, okay, I'll maybe cover our accommodation and then I'll bring more visibility.
Can I add something? So how many people make travel videos here? Right? So before you travel, right? Now it's always nice for you to go out, you're putting up the budget to spend money, but try and reach out to tour companies. Trust me, these guys are happy to pay. But it's just that a lot of people are not reaching out to these people enough. So before you travel, I'm speaking specifically to travel creators here. Reach out to them via email, phone number, just bombard them. You'll be shocked how many people are happy to sponsor you when you get into the country. So that you don't need to rely so much on, oh my God, how many views would I get? And you just focus on being a creative person. Because when your accommodation is paid for, when your logistics is paid for, when all the tickets, all the things you're going to is paid for, you'll be relaxed and you can make videos that your audience will enjoy. You know, but when you're thinking about money, you can leave it for this next money. That was helpful.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. I guess from your point of view, I'm curious, are there any specific monetization strategies that you found have actually worked better for an international audience?
Yeah, so merch, he already touched on it. So merch, the abroad people like to buy merch. I mean, the system works. It's easy to just use disposable income. You order, they bring it to your doorstep. It's Nigeria that we want to pay on delivery for everything. Nigeria is wired to frustrate you. Even the advert, you know, when people watch from abroad, they know the internet is there, light is there, so they don't used to rush to press skip. My 2 gig. YouTube pays for the adverts you watch, not because the adverts, so stop skipping. God help us in this country. The international audience, and that's why you see these guys rely on YouTube for their Hollywood films right now. They just sit down there and just watch. It's advert time. Anybody gets some hot popcorn, they just use it to do other things or watch the advert. So that's one. So another thing that works a lot, like I mentioned, another thing is brand collaboration. That has worked for me a whole lot. Brands just reach out, they want to. YouTube has given you the audience, right? It has given you the audience. Use it. You have to monetize them. Take advantage of. I have XY number, and you don't need to wait till you have a million subscribers. I have 1,000 people watching my page, and it's community. It's community. So it means that if you have 1,000 people that really follow you, it means that if you try to sell something to them, you should be able to get at least 10% conversion, right? So reach out to the brands, and the brands are not reaching out to you. Jenny and Kenny we barely have 3,000 subscribers, but we already have brands reaching out to us, saying we want to reach out to kids, your direct audience, because I've gone beyond AdSense. There's something I'm doing right now, because I waited for AdSense for 1 year. You know what I started doing? I got the Jenny and Kenny mascots, and we wrote to schools, and we told them we want to bring digital learning to classrooms. And some schools said, wow, we are going to bring gifts. So we go with our mascots, go with branded bags, and we go to schools, and then we put digital projector. We stream from YouTube live, direct from YouTube, and and they watch it, and we post it. And then now brands are saying we want to follow you to these schools because we're trying to reach out to parents of children in that age bracket. You see, there's one, the richest YouTubers do not rely on AdSense. That's one thing that you need to. That's for a fact. You must learn how to make those brand deals. You must learn how to sell something. Sell anything. If you don't have what you have, if you don't have something to sell, you can go broker a deal with something. Maybe you do beauty and all. Go to the company. Say, okay, anybody come from me, and you give them a 20% discount or a 30% discount. You guys agree. You're doing your videos. Go to social place. You have a 20% discount, but you also have an agreement with them that. For every person that comes from you, you get a cut from how much they pay. So there's always a way to monetize your audience other than AdSense. Thank you. One more thing that has worked for me is meet and greet. Recently I was in London. I don't finish waiting Caribbean go there. I just posted, Tebola is in London, I would like greet us. I got a call from Stockholm, and then they set up the show once and they paid us to come. Hello.
So selfishly, I could ask you a lot more questions, but I think we can open it up to the audience now for Q&A. So Aka, I'm going to give you the hard job of deciding who's gonna ask a few questions that we can take for Ponzi, Stephen, and Adam Moore. But yeah, please do ask the questions and anything you've spoken about.
All right, guys. We're going to select 3 people. 1 for Corti. If you have a question for Corti, let me see your hands up. Just for Corti. Was your hand up for me? Well, for Corti, Abby. Hey, I will come to Ajebon now. Jehovah God. God will help us in this country. Corti. Okay.
Oh my God. Hi, Coty.
What? Which one is? Oh my God. Oh yeah, come and sit down. Take the mic. She's shy. Is the question you want to ask?
Hi, Coty. My name is Tosin, and the name of my channel is Tosin Oshibolu. Yes.
What do you do on your channel?
I create content about education, advocacy, and my life, basically.
Okay.
So, yes.
Education about what?
Okay, so I recently just graduated from the university. So while I was in the university, I was like so many people that want to come in and people that are already studying. I studied industrial chemistry, so I just help people around because it's not a very popular course. So
Put your hands
I
together for
help
her,
people
please.
around that.
Okay.
Okay, so my question for you is, you are one of the major people that made me to start a YouTube channel. And the first video of my YouTube channel is this is a YouTube experiment. But then my question is, how are you able to transmit? You're a very unique person, by the way. But then sometimes I realize that when I try to create content around probably my personality, as much as people still appreciate that, sometimes some things get lost in transmission. Like I don't know, but you are able to like make us feel what you are feeling in your head without a lot of things getting lost in transmission. I hope you understand what I'm saying. But you are able to help us see what you imagine. So my question is just, how are you able to do that? How are you able to do that? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for your kind words. So I was going to say, when they were speaking about, I'll get to your question, right? So when they were speaking about monetization, that there's 2 kinds of, well maybe not 2, but 2 that I know of so far, of people on YouTube, and I started on YouTube. There's the artists, like they're a real creative artist, and then there's people that are more entrepreneurial, but you also have a creative side, right? YouTube can, however, turn you into an entrepreneur without you even realizing. So I think that for me, when I started off, I used to watch Fisayo Fosino and Tyra, and they used to talk about how they made on YouTube in 1 week, in 1 month. And when I started making money, it just wasn't matching up to that, but I knew I was posting as consistently as them, and I couldn't understand why until I started to do some research. But the thing they also mentioned, Adeban speaking about the power of YouTube is it has given you a platform, right? And it's now up to you to do whatever with it. So for example, I still till this day do not think as much as any of these creators, you know. I really don't. However, I have made up to $100,000 from one brand, right? And that's just from just one partnership, and that's like there's many more. So I worry for you that a lot of Nigerian YouTubers get very fixated on RPM and all that. You are the content, this is you. Do you understand? So you have to kind of build on it. Even if to this day, don't even have as much followers, but I have credibility, and I'm going to keep building on that. To answer your question, I was hoping I would have answered it somewhere inside there. I think a lot of times when people say be yourself, most times you don't even know your own self to start with, right? So you can't be what you don't know. Do you understand? And you might think, in your head, you're like, oh, this is what I want people to see, but I'm going to be, I think the word authentic has been abused a lot by the way. I'm going to be authentic, I'm going to be relatable. You just have to really, I don't know, talk to your friends, look at yourself, look at your journey, whatever it is you do. And like you said, sometimes there's some strategy involved. Knowing what you want from this. It's not just, I want to do a vlog. Why do you want to do a vlog? I'm not going to sit down and watch your life. I don't know you, I don't know your home, I don't really care. What are you doing that affects me? What are you doing that I can benefit from? I think you need to also think about those things. And when you think about it, ask yourself finally, am I happy with this? And does this also benefit me? Do you understand? Yeah.
Put your hands together for 14. Should I told you before? Did I or did I not say it? You have to know, did I say it before or not? Now, to 40 talker. You have to be authentic. The truth is, I always said that Nigerians, like she said, talk to your friends. I always say it's not true, not just your friends. Every Nigerian needs therapy. We need to go and see doctor and say, sir, I went through so much. All right, next question for Ajebo. Okay, see her, she look me with darker eyes.
Hi, Emeka. My name is Budbe.
She called half your government's name, sir. She didn't see you from
She can't drag Emeka. Behave yourself.
I know you from GIC.
Oh, really?
Yes. I have written a cold mail to House of Ajabo about attaching my demo about animation. That's all why I'm here, Sha. I just wanted to check that thing. So I have a suggestion for you. You know, you talked about dubbing and all. And my colleague and I were like, oh, we have a pool of voices. Hausa, Yoruba, different tribes in Nigeria with Voice of Academy. It's a training academy for voiceover talents. So you can reach out to us. I can come and give you our email address, after this event, so that you can use our talent.
Please put your hands together. Please, what's your name?
Rose.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I do.
And what is the name of the channel?
The Singles Haven.
Okay, so you talk about singles.
Yes.
Swell.
Thank you.
So now you run an academy for voiceover artists.
Our brand master does.
Okay.
But I attended, yes,
Okay.
I'm a voiceover talent.
Ajabo, is that something you'd like to?
Do you guys
explore?
have French, German, and all that?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, because Igbo and Yoruba are not really, they skip adverts. So, trying to think global.
We have other African voices as well.
Yeah, that's fine. French, German. We can talk after the show.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Final question. I'm done this side. Let me come here. Final question for Steven. Sit down. Let's tell you to stand up. Okay, we had 2 females, 1 man. Equality.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening to the panelists. I want to say a big thank you to Stephen. I've been following your videos from Instagram to YouTube. My name is Frankino. I run a YouTube and we create content on real estate. So you can see why I'm interested in your content, because they are quite interesting to watch, and you can be watching for hours without skipping because of the maneuvering of the drones and the capturing of the cameras and the environments and everything is actually nice to watch. And I want to use this opportunity to formally say I would love to collaborate with you in the spirit of collaboration.
I was just going to ask, where is the question? Is it coming?
The question is,
Is there still a question?
yes.
Let's ask it.
Okay. I want to know how you manage, like, for us upcomers, it's difficult to actually get people who can collaborate with you, who have quality cameras and quality videos. So when you started and when you were trying to create your videos, when you don't have all the money to buy the high-tech cameras, how were you able to collaborate with these individuals to be able to come up with quality videos?
Okay, so your question is how I was able to use what I have to make videos for a start, right?
Exactly.
I really wish there was a screen here, so I'm going to show you guys the office that I was working at when I started. So I used to use my computer, the webcam, right? But I just make sure everybody leaves the office, right? So we do 9 to resume, 6 to close. So I start shooting my videos from like 6:30 in the evening where everybody has left the office. So that was pretty much all I had, my stuff. But one thing you should know is, like, if you really want to compete at the global stage, you can't stay small, right? You can't at the base, story is what drives any successful story, video that is out there on the internet. Whether it was shot in an iPhone 6, like I always do this example. If, God forbid, a helicopter crashes in this place right now, and you pick up your, I don't know, your iPhone 5 and film it and tell the story of how you were here listening to these people talk about YouTube and then helicopter crashes inside. How many million people really will tune in to watch that, right? So I think you should stop focusing on the tools. The tools are nicer, it makes you look advanced, it makes you like excited, right? You shoot videos this big I'm like, bro, what are you doing this thing, right? Like it makes you look nice, right? But that's not what you should focus on. You should focus on stories. The real estate guy, I'll give you a typical example. Now, if you're a real estate, I believe you sell real estate. You sell. So, an idea that I'm going to give to you to do is, I'll give you an idea to do. Now, I want you to produce that video with your phone. Don't use anything expensive, which I believe. Do you have any expensive equipment? Just leave your expensive equipment at home. Go out there and film a story about the problems, the problem with the luxury real estate in Nigeria. Take that as a topic and then go and do your homework and break that down into like a very nice content. I can tell you that is something that a lot of people would tune in. I mean, I have a much older demography. I have my demography would start from like 40 all the way to 65. Because at that age, you're looking at investment. So a lot of people here probably will not watch a lot of real estate videos, right? But trust me, that's a video idea that, irrespective of whatever tool that you use, is a story that the diaspora would watch it, I would watch it, people that are pretty much interested in the Nigerian real estate industry would watch it. And you're going to see first class how it's not about the tool that you have in your hand. It is a story. That same idea, I'm going to do it. So maybe if you shoot it, actually, we're going to compare to see how it works out. But yeah, so what I'm just trying to say here is, these guys focus on the, I mean, you can go and look at, what study Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is not a very good example for everybody because his content is very diverse, very different. But inside whatever he does, he always shares some key strategies that can work across board. So I'm going to challenge you guys, before you go out to film a video, a lot of people would go out there, shoot a video, and then they're thinking about the thumbnail when they are done editing. No, you start with the topic first. What are you trying to address? What topic are you trying to address? Who do you think is interested in this story that you're about to tell? You write it, you write the structure, and just a tip here, I don't know if you can take note, there's a platform called Spotter Studio. So it helps you can put the title. Let us say you think about an idea you want to make. You can put the title, and then you press generate. It's like an AI platform. It's going to generate for you the structure for the video. This content could be European, American. Pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things and bring it back home and make a Nigerian authentic story. One last example I'll give you guys is, I don't know how many people saw me driving on the streets of Lagos with a Lamborghini. Did you see that? Now, that was an idea that I took from an American YouTuber. I was like, oh, well, this guy is living in Nigeria. So I was like, how do people respond to if I order for an Uber and I pull up with a Lamborghini? So I was like, that seems like something that a lot of people want to watch, right? So I exported this content from America, because that kind of content is made in America. Not everybody is going to drive their Lamborghini and doing that. So the content was all about just making people smile. Because when people get into my car, I make them comfortable, I make them laugh. Sometimes they try to change, I feel like, you know what, take the money, go buy yourself. They laugh, they drive, you know. So look out for this content that you can export, bring them here today, because and make it. I don't know, I just speaking, I hope I make sense.
You didn't make sense, you made a master class. Please put your hands together one more time. Oh.
You say what?
Put your hands together for that, guys! You guys, I know you have more questions. We apologize for running out of time. We don't want you to, get tired. It's 5 minutes, we need to move on. Or 5:30. So, alright, guys, don't worry. You send us emails, reach out to them later. As you both remember, where is that lady?
Bring the card now.
Yes, bring the card now. Bring it. Please. Be back up. Please put your hands together for me back up.
1 second, please. It's still that I don't have to shoot that shot. Please open your phone and subscribe to Jenny.
Shut up!
It's a new channel. We have this 3K subscribers. So it's mad, amazing. Jeni and Keni. Open your phone now. Subscribe.
Let me tell you something. One of the keys to becoming
And don't skip ad.
watch out. One of the keys to becoming a successful YouTuber is number one, you cannot have shame. Shoot your shot. Yeah, shot is shot. So please follow Jenny and Kenny. Subscribe right now. Who's the lady? Where's that lady?
Jeni.
Please, our panelists, me back up. Please arise for photos. We come to the end of this session. We're moving on quickly. Thank you so much, Corty. No, start your photo now. Thank you, Corty. Thank you, Ajabo. Thank you, Steven.
Okay, let
Thank
me
you,
know what
Ibaka.
happens after.
Did you guys learn so much from them?
Yes.
Woo!
Okay, no problem. Just let me know what happens later. This place is quite noisy.